Hey guys, this is IrieStarcraft and I'm back to cast another game for you. This one is going to be a 4 versus 4 on Sand Canyon, and it will be between nFusion, the red Terran player, and microFAST, the teal Zerg, Instinct, the purple Zerg, and STON, the blue Zerg. I do remember this guy STON. I think he was Protoss the last time I cast him. Either way, he will be Zerg. This time their opponents are going to be dKiLLeR. He is the green Protoss. Maybe it's supposed to be dKiLLeR. And apparently two Grandmaster Retro, vileIllusion, the yellow Terran player. And we have PandaLove, the yellow Zerg, and Selendis, the purple Protoss. And a little friendly trash talking banter, I think, going on here at the start of this game. And looks like okay, we have 3 Zerg players and a Terran. I'm getting distracted reading the chat. I can't read chat and cast at the same time because I am retarded. And we have a ping going off here, and it looks like we were thinking about being a sneaky because there is a forge going down for Selendis, and I believe Selendis, also known as eye candy, so I'm going to refer to Selendis as a sheep. And a pylon going down in a very peculiar location here. I wonder if this is planning on becoming some weird like cannon. Is this going to be some gateways down there? Because there is already a forge, but a peculiar location for cannoning. We'll see how that pans out. But the right team, I would expect, has got to find a way to stay alive against all these 10 pools. And actually, Instinct is throwing down 2 spine crawlers here. So I think Instinct thinks that there's going to be proxy gateways here because, okay, looks like this is going to fail as STON has cleaned up this pylon and this probe about to get surrounded and picked off as well. And PandaLove is going to get caught here by microFAST, not going to lose any Zerglings just yet. Selendis going to wall out completely here with 2 cannons. And now microFAST getting some Zerglings caught here. He is going to lose 3 of his Zerglings. And now going to be falling back. PandaLove making more Zerglings as well. And I just want to make sure I'm not missing any cheese or anything here. Fusion does have 3 barracks out already, so lots of Marines going to be coming from him. And now dKiLLeR, his Zealot getting surrounded here by STON, but oh, the Zealot is going to survive. A great save there, a poor play there from STON. He really needed to take out that Zealot, and now he's going to start working on the gateways. So if you're a Protoss and you're outnumbered in Zerg players, you either want to cannon off your front or you need to go for 2 early gates and get a bunch of Zealots. And so that is what dKiLLeR has opted for. And now this Zealot has full shields, even though it's only 50 for a Zealot. So it's still pretty squishy. And now at the same time, microFAST running into PandaLove's base, going to force a cancel on the spine crawler there. But look at the nice hold position from PandaLove. microFAST Zerglings are doing nothing there. What he needed to do was try and split the Zerglings and focus down a couple of drones, but he is going to be forced to retreat there, losing a bunch of Zerglings. And uh-oh, PandaLove, if he gives chase, yeah, he is going to turn around as these Marines are sitting right behind these trees and not going to be able to get that Overlord. Uh-oh, don't want to send these all the way around just to kill that Overlord, do you? Maybe it is worth it, but PandaLove could actually get the surround now on these Marines. Oh no, nFusion, too predictable. Way too predictable, man. This is like, what do they call that? The retard magnet? But look at that. Look at that. PandaLove is going to actually end up getting surrounded. Mostly here. He will save some Zerglings. I was calling this the retard magnet. I don't know if you guys have seen that before. I'll get back to that when I get a minute. But meanwhile, Hellions are getting surrounded in the back of PandaLove's base. And now STON is picking off drones that are desperately trying to get away here. And PandaLove is seriously screwed in this game. Seriously screwed. At least for the time being. And what do we have? A Twilight Council for Selendis. I expect to see some Dark Templar cheese coming out very soon here. And let's see, what else do we have? Hellions getting a few free shots here on the STON Zerglings. Those are starting to die pretty quickly, and we're going to need to see some of the Zerg players on the left team tech out of these Zerglings here. So we do have a Roach Warren on the way, and Roach Warren already out for Instinct. And does he have any Roaches up front? He does have 3 of them that could get a couple shots off here on the Hellions, but doesn't look like it. And oh, the Marines are going to be coming in from the high ground. Could they get some of these Hellions? They're going to pick off this Overlord first to deny that high ground vision. And oh, these Marines are so slow, man. They're so slow in these types of matchups. That is the liability. And now dKiLLeR has a bunch of Zealots and a couple of Stalkers out here. These Marines are getting roasted so quickly. Goodbye, Marines. And the right team is not out of this. Definitely not out of this yet. PandaLove is not dead. There's one Zergling sitting back here for microFAST. That is going to be really annoying at some point, I guarantee. And what do we have? We have 3 Reapers on the way. Whoa, we are switching into Mass Reaper. That is Fusion. And he is not able to get the speed, though, on those Reapers, so that is going to suck until he can get a factory down. And something, I'm telling you, it's annoying to me, but I'm not Terran, but Mass Reaper is actually pretty decent in 4v4. And some Roaches will be trying to take out some of these Hellions, but there's just not enough of them. But at the same time, STON popping out with 6 Roaches of his own. This is going to be pretty close. The Hellion's not going to be doing a whole lot here, but there are 3 Stalkers and Zealots in the front. And Instinct losing all of his Roaches, and will they try and push into STON's base? I don't know if this is the best idea by the right team right now. He does have a Queen of Spinecrawler and a lot of Roaches here if you can keep these Stalkers at bay, but look at all the splash damage being dealt. Oh, he's lining up the Roaches for the Hellions. Illusion is taking out the Roaches with his Hellion, straight up balling right there. Killing the Queen now, and the drones getting roasted up. Uh-oh, and at the same time, it looks like PandaLove did end up finally losing that hatchery, I guess, to a Zergling run by. And oh, the Reapers have gotten into the back of Selendis' base, and it looks like forced the drones off the line, but the Dark Trine has finished and did a DT. Oh, a DT almost broke down the Supply Depot, but now it is down. At the same time, another Dark Templar trying to get back into microFAST base, but he already has a Spore Crawler. One of the Dark Templars will find success into this base, but the quick Overseer Cocoon will negate that. So Selendis, the Dark Templar, is not doing a whole lot, but now supported by a ton of Hellions. And Illusion wanted to get in the middle line, but a nice hold there from microFAST keeping them out. And I'm not so sure. I guess Illusion really wanted to save these Hellions, and only going to save about half of them there. I was going to say he could have tried to press that attack anyway in microFAST base. This Dark Templar just getting a couple free Roach kills here, and may start working on this Supply Depot again to force a scan, or may not. May go try and harass another base as the Overseer. Oh, they ran right by the Dark Templar. Oh well. And so at the same time, have we seen any more harassment going on? I don't think so here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. I hear some Zerglings pecking away. But STON, it does have 2 bases now, so he's got a decent economy, and they are down a player. The right team is. PandaLove is Dunsky in this game, and Selendis forced into this Dark Templar tech. Illusion, though, has gotten some Banshees out, and now there's only a missile turret over here. There's 2 turrets over at... I'm not sure if Fusion needed to bring all his SCPs over there, but I guess better safe than sorry. This expansion is not going to finish, as microFAST may be forced to scramble another Spore Crawler back here. Actually, he has this one, and he has his 2 Queens still. So, and he does have his Overseer, so he should be just fine. And so these Banshees don't look like they're going to do a whole lot, except they will, you know, really delay the expansion over there. And I guess we're pinging there just to make sure that there's no Overlords or anything sitting there. But they are not going to fight. Actually, there is one Overlord here, and that will get roasted away by this Archon from Selendis. Transition into Archon out of those DTs since they weren't doing a whole lot. And although the DTs into Archons take a little bit more total resources than the High Templars, if you already have the Dark Shrine and you need those units, might as well get some out if you got extra gas. So tier that, or get a or wait for a High Templar archive to build. As what do I hear? I hear slicing. Did you guys hear slicing? Or was that just a Protoss building? I freak out in these fours. I feel like, oh crap, I'm missing a battle. But looks like a bunch of Marauders are going to move out now for fusion. Some Roaches in here as well, and these Archons wisely going to be falling back to the cover of a couple of these cannons for Selendis, but this is not going to be enough to hold here. They're going to need help, and oh no, the left team. Oh no, are they going to make Cardinal error number 1, trying to press in the base too early? It does not look like they're going to do that. They're going to stay out here in the open, which is exactly what they need to do, and the Roaches and Marauders forcing back these Hellions nicely, but here comes a whole bunch of Immortals. Make it 6 Immortals, going to just steamroll this army of Marauders. Oh man. Even some siege tanks in the back for Illusion. And so Selendis will be able to hold here. It's just a matter of how many probes will die. And these Immortals are going to be just beastly for the right team. What kind of answer do we have for those Immortals at this point in the game? One of these Zerg players, if somebody had gone Spire, that would be pretty nice right now to see some Muta Harass. I don't think we're going to be seeing that, and more Immortals and Stalkers being made here as dKiLLeR has really got these 2 bases kicking in. Look at all the saturation that Illusion has. Could even take a 3rd base at this point. We're going to be pushing out now with a very scary looking army from the right team. And with only a couple of Hydras, they're going to need a lot more Hydras than that to try and deal with all these Immortals. And with the tank support, those Hydras are going to be negated. And oh, look at this positioning. You gotta love this here from Illusion. Shuttling a couple of tanks onto this high ground here to set up a perimeter and a contain. And now going to be picking off some of the creep tumors and just setting up this contain here. And at the same time, it looks like Selendis and dKiLLeR thinking about going up to the top, but they're going to come back down. And now microFAST going to try and get the sandwich here, but Fusion, what are you doing? You're sitting up there, man. They're going to need your help as the major engagement is going down, and these Immortals are so beefy, man. But the Hydralisk trying to focus down the Immortals, that's what they need to be doing, but this army just looks like it's going to be too much to me. Here comes some Banshees even. That is going to clean up. When a bunch of Immortals are cleaning up some Hydralisks, you know you're in trouble. So now it may just be a matter of time before the right team takes this game. And Fusion trying to come around the top. It looks like he did manage to snipe a couple of the tanks that were sitting up there for Illusion. Or did Illusion save those and bring them over here? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure about that. That is a good question. But regardless, Fusion is out of position to deal with this attack. And now the expansions from STON and Instinct are in huge trouble. These Immortals just doing work. Look at the kills here. 10 kills, 11 kills, 19 kills. Finally some stimmed up Marauders come running in and focusing down the Immortals, exactly what Fusion needs to do. And still leaving one Immortal though, unfortunately for him. That one will survive. And so this attack will continue down here. At the same time, Illusion cleaning up the Ston's made. Well played. Well played to this point. And do we have any sort of counterattack going right now? I do not believe so. No counter pressure right now. No mutas in the air. Trouble, trouble, trouble. Trouble for the left team. As just now, Fusion trying to take an expansion a little bit late in this game. And we have no answer right now for this siege tank contain. And STON trying to rebuild down here desperately. But his main is in shambles. And now a double expo coming from dKiLLeR in the middle here. microFAST trying to make some sort of counterattack, and he is going to catch a couple of Selendis' units out of position. This Archon is in jeopardy of being killed here, and he may force a cancel on this Nexus, but it looks like they're going to try and save it, and there goes the cancel, but at what cost? microFAST army getting surrounded, and now Fusion's army is in huge trouble, going to be stimming up and running away. And that should pretty much do it, as Illusion has advanced on to the next main, and that is Instinct base. Looks like going to be taking this base out quite easily. So, well played by the right team, and a good job denying that early pressure. And even though PandaLove was eliminated early in this game, they were able to come back as Protoss, Terran, Protoss, making quite a nice army composition there with Immortals, tanks, Banshees, and everything. And so very well played, I must say, by the right team. And so that is going to do it for me. Thank you, PandaLove, for sending me this game. That's going to do it for me. This is IrieStarcraft, and peace out.